Hi everybody, welcome back. Let's get ready to do some yoga. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. New practices weekly. Let's get to it. I'll give you a few seconds to get those things and we'll start. Hi again. We're going to start today on our hands and knees, doing a few rounds of cat and cow to get the spine warmed up so we can do some more movement. So let's start. You can tuck or untuck the toes. Please remember to modify your practice today as it makes sense for you. Challenge yourself where you can, but back off. Always listen to your body and do what is right for you today. Starting with an inhale, cow pose, little back bend, arch the spine, eyes upward. Cat pose as you exhale, round it down. Inhaling, arching. Following the breath, exhale, round. And just moving to your breath as you continue. Round, right? The inhales take you into the gentle back bend. The exhales round the spine. Let's take 2 or 3 more full breaths. One more. Returning to a neutral spine, spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes, and let's press to down dog, hips up and back. When you get there, feel free if you like. You can pedal out the heels, bend the right knee, the left knee, waking things up. Stretching things out. Taking an inhale, lift the heels high. With your exhale, sink the heels down. Let's bring it forward to plank pose, lining up the shoulders. You can drop the knees to modify or just take chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's put a little bend in the knees, look forward, and walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. When you get there, fold over the legs and soften the knees a little. Take your hands to opposite elbows and just feel free to sway a little. Switch the hands so the opposite's on top. And letting your arms just drop down toward the mat. Roll up slow to stand. Press down and uncurl. Lifting all the way upright. Soften the shoulders, standing tall in Tadasana. Big inhale, sweep the arms around. Grab the right wrist with your left hand, stretch up and over left. Return to center, grab your left wrist, stretch up and over right. Come back to center, dive over the legs, lift the head up on the inhale and step the left leg back as you exhale. Lower the back knee to the mat. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge, sweep the arms up, reach high, feel the tailbone lengthen down and reach the hips into the stretch a little bit if there's room to reasonably do so. Feel the shoulders melt down, angle the eyes upward, one more breath. Nice hip flexor stretch here. Ardha Hanuman half split. As you straighten the right leg, reach the hands toward the mat, shift the hips back, one breath. Bend up at the right knee, low lunge, and let's take it to downward facing dog. Big inhale, come forward to plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Downward facing, or child's pose. Let's hold for about 3 deep breaths. And from your downward facing dog, if you're not already there, let's inhale, lift the right leg high, low lunge, big step through the hands. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Big inhale, sweep the arms around, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the right wrist with your left hand, stretch over left. Come back to center, grab your left wrist, stretch over to the right. Come back to center, dive over the legs, chest up, head up on the inhale. Now the right leg, step it back as you exhale, lower the back knee. Anjaneyasana, low crescent, sweep the arms high, reach up, lengthen the tailbone down and shift the hips in a little bit if there's room. Chest up, relax the shoulders, eyes upward. One more breath. Ardha Hanuman half split as you straighten the left leg, hands down, shift the hips back, one breath. Rebending up at the left knee, low lunge, downward facing dog, step back. Big inhale, come forward to plank, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing, downward facing, or child's pose. Let's give it about 3 more deep breaths. From your downward facing dog, inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs. Bring your feet together, Utkatasana chair. Palms to prayer, keep the hips down, knees back a little, standing figure 4. Take your left ankle above the right knee. Sit, look past the nose for a breath. Take it to warrior 2, left leg back, heel down, reach out, nice deep bend in the right knee, one breath. Reverse warrior with the right arm reaching over, straighten the right leg to lengthen, triangle pose, Trikonasana, turn the arms, right hand down, left arm high, both arms actively reaching in both directions. Look left, maybe look up, one more breath. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, shift your gaze toward the right foot, soften a bend in the right knee, reach out, use a block if you like, lift the left leg, lift the left arm. Start by looking down, building your foundation from the ground level up. When you're stable here, that's when you try shifting your gaze left, maybe try looking up, one more breath. Brief standing split, left hand down, forehead toward the right shin. Let's hold for another deep breath. Low lunge, float back, Ardha Hanuman, lower the back knee and straighten the right leg. Hold for a breath. Low lunge, bend up at the right knee. Let's take it to down dog, step back. You can hold it here in your down dog or flow through. And we'll meet in down dog and hold here for another full breath. Taking an inhale, lift up the right leg. With your exhale, bring the knee to the nose and round in. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, crossover into fallen triangle pose. Step the right leg through, roll to the edges of the feet, left arm lifted up. Let's hold. One more big inhale. Low lunge on the exhale, left hand down, right foot through the hands. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Stepping your feet back together, chair pose, bend the knees deep, arms up. Keep the hips down, palms together at the heart, standing figure 4, right ankle above the left knee. We'll hold for a breath. Warrior 2, right leg, float back, heel down, reach out, deep bend in the left knee, one breath. Reverse warrior, left arm over, straighten the left leg, triangle, Trikonasana, turn the arms. Reach down, reach up, look right, maybe look up, and let's hold for another deep breath. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, peek down, a little bend in the left knee, reach out with the left arm, use a block if you choose, right leg up, right arm high, checking in first with your foundation. When everything is stable, stay focused, keep the breath moving, try shifting your gaze to the right, maybe looking up and holding for another deep breath. Standing split, right hand down, forehead to the front shin, and hold for another deep breath. Float back, low lunge, right toes on the mat, lower the back knee. Ardha Hanuman, half split, one breath. We'll bend up at the left knee, low lunge, downward facing dog, press back. You can hold it here or flow through if you choose. We'll meet in down dog and hold for another deep breath. And from your down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, round in. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, fallen triangle, left knee toward the right elbow. Kick the left leg all the way through. Roll to the edges of the feet and float the right arm high. Reach up, one more big inhale. Exhaling the right hand down, low lunge, left foot step it through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs. From here, let's keep the feet about hip width distance apart. Padangusthasana, grab onto the big toes in yogi toe lock. First two fingers of each hand. Lift the head up, chest up. Then with your exhale, drop the head down, elbows out. Keep the sit bones lifting up, shoulders away from the ears. Option to modify here in ragdoll, you can hang over the legs with your hands holding opposite elbows. Let's give it another 2 or 3 deep breaths. One more time. And with your next inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, releasing out the toes. Bring your hands to the waist, and with a flat back, press up slow to stand. We'll set up some balancing poses. Standing tall, I'll do this facing you. We'll work into tree pose with an optional hand to toe pose, okay? So I'll talk you through that. Feel free to take it wherever you choose. Start by shifting your weight to the left leg and turn the right toes out. Look straight ahead at one point, find your focus, that's your drishti. Stepping your right foot inside the left leg, feel free to bring the foot a little bit higher if you choose, if there's room in the hips to go that way. We'll start with the palms together at the heart. Keep the shoulders moving down away from the ears. Then float the arms high, separate your hands. The arms are strong, but the shoulders melt down. Feel free to hold it right here. Breathe and focus. Option if you're adding on with the hand to toe pose, you'll take your left hand onto the waist and using the first 2 fingers of the right hand, grabbing your big right toe, then pressing through the standing leg. Remember that your right knee can bend, but the standing leg needs to be solid. If you're going for it, press the right heel out to the right side. Stand tall, and let's hold for another deep breath. Let's meet in tree pose, so return your right foot to the inside of the left leg. Bring the palms together again at the heart. Let's all meet here. Lower your right leg. Let's switch sides. You can bring the hands again onto the waist. Fewer moving parts makes setting up the balance a little easier. Shift your weight to the right leg, turn the left toes out. You have the hip opening stretch here. Now stepping your left foot inside the right leg. Be sure to avoid the knee if you're going a little bit higher here. All right, take your time, focus. Standing tall, bringing the palms together first at the heart, moving the shoulders down but lifting the arms up. Reach high, separate the hands. Feel free to hold in your tree. If you're adding on the hand to toe pose, take your right hand onto the waist and grab your big left toe in yogi toe lock. Keep the standing leg solid. You can bend the left knee, or if you want to go for it, press your left leg out to the left side. Stand tall. Breathe. One more time. Let's take it back to tree pose. So your left foot again to the inner right thigh. Everybody palms together at the heart. Lower your left leg to the mat. Relax the arms by your side. Tadasana. Settle into stillness. No extra movements here. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms around. Exhale, dive over the legs, Uttanasana. Chest up on the inhale. Step back to plank as you exhale. From your plank, come onto hands and knees. We'll do a little child's pose just for 3 breaths. Hold and just keep the breath moving in and out through the nose, nice and easy. Coming back onto hands and knees. Let's take a brief down dog, press back. Low lunge, step your right foot through the hands. Now take both hands inside the right foot, come into your wide-legged fold, Prasarita. Travel to your left, parallel the feet, and just hang over the legs. We'll keep it uncomplicated, just hands down, head down. If you want, you can always just take your elbows, forearms onto the mat if you choose, hanging over the legs, and let's hold for another full breath. And as you release, hands again on the mat, head up, low lunge to the front as you pivot. Walk the hands around, pigeon, right knee through left leg back, sit tall. Modify on the back if you need. If you're otherwise good to go here, keep the hips level, arms out, head down for another 3 deep breaths. As you come out, slide the hands in, head up, roll to the outer right hip, bring your left leg around. We'll do some reverse tabletop, keeping your knees bending, hands behind you, separate the feet and the knees hip width distance, press down, inhale, hips up, keep the toes resting on the mat, no lifting the toes, no gripping the toes, knees forward, chest up, hips up. We'll give it one more big inhale. Exhaling, lower the hips to the mat, extending the legs straight out, sit tall, arms high. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, reach forward. Use a strap or belt if you need to help get you toward the feet, or just get as close as you can without forcing. Let's hold for another deep breath or 2. Releasing, uncurling slowly, head up. Cross at the ankles as you bend the knees, come forward, down dog, press back. From your downward facing dog, we'll just switch the sides. Low lunge, stepping your left foot through the hands. Bring both hands inside the left foot, travel over to the right, wide-legged fold, Prasarita. Feet are parallel, hang over the legs, and make sure you keep your feet only 3 to 4 feet apart. Hands down, head down as you fold. Option again, if you want to do it, if you did it on the first side, you can just let your elbows, forearms lower as you hang over the legs. Keeping the legs strong, slight micro bend in the knees. Let's hold it here for another deep breath. And as you release, hands down on the mat, chest up. Let's take low lunge to the front, pivot around. And when you get there, pigeon pose, slide the left knee through the right leg back, sit tall. Modify as you need if you need, and if you're otherwise good to go, the hips are level. Slide the arms out, lower the head down, and we'll hold for about 3 deep breaths. As you release, just slide the hands in, head up. This time we roll to the outer left hip, bring the right leg around. We'll do one more reverse tabletop option if you want to work it a little bit deeper into reverse plank Purvottanasana. You can do that as well by straightening the legs, reach your toes toward the floor and lifting up, or keeping the knees bending and lifting up. So set yourself up for whatever reverse back bend you're doing today. Press down, then inhale, come up, chest up, head back, relax the shoulders back, come up, keep breathing, lift and hold for one more inhale. Exhale, hips down, straightening out the legs, sit tall, arms high, reach up, Paschimottanasana, come forward and grab your feet, toes, heels, whatever you can grab. Let's hold for another deep breath or two. And as you release, slowly lift the head up, releasing out your feet. We'll bend up at the knees, roll down onto your backs, hug the knees in toward the chest. Yeah, rock a little side to side. And you know what, while we're here, let's do this. And since this will just keep us warm for a little bit longer, let your feet lower down onto the mat. Relax the arms alongside the body. Raise your right leg up toward the sky. Actually, raise both legs up toward the sky. Take an inhale. Then as you exhale, lower your right leg toward the mat without touching down on the mat. Keep the belly fired up, lengthen the tailbone on the mat. Then lift the right leg, switch, lower the left leg without touching the mat. Lift the left leg and switch. Right leg down, right leg up, switch, left leg down, then up, switch, right leg down, up, left leg down, up. One more time, each side. Right, you'll feel the heat from that. Let's hug the knees in again, rock a little. If you like, before settling into Shavasana, you can settle into Supta Baddha Konasana or any restorative stretch as you see fit, right? Bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out. You can put blocks under the hips or blankets or whatever props you like here. If you're going upside down, slowly, nice and easy, making sure that you're only looking up at your feet when you're doing this. So please don't be doing the pose and then turning to look at me. This is where you'll have to really tune in and listen to what I'm saying versus watching what I'm doing. So set yourself up, then lift the legs, catch the lower back, legs up, feet up, and hold. Option if you want to take a little plow pose, halasana, just extend the legs overhead, reaching your toes toward the floor. One more breath. As you release out, just lift the legs back up if they're not already, then uncurl, releasing back on the mat. come into fish pose. I'm gonna grab a block to do that. You can use a blanket or pillow or bolster between the shoulder blades if you like, or not even using a prop if you prefer just to use your own body strength to do that. Straight legs, chest up, head back, 3 deep breaths. As you release out, if you're using a prop like I am, bend up at the knees, roll over to your side so you can remove the prop from behind you, return onto your back, hug the knees in, take a deep breath in, and with your exhale, bring the forehead to the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release into Shavasana, extending out the legs, separating the feet, turning the palms up, then closing your eyes, just letting go. No more Ujjayi breath, just settle back, let the breath return to more neutral inhales, soft exhales as you lay back, let go, and just enjoy these few moments of stillness, allowing the body some proper time to restore and recover before returning to your day. Feel free to stay for longer if you have time to do so. I will otherwise leave you here today. Thank you again for sharing your practice with me. Until we meet again next time on the mat, namaste